Hi everybody. Okay, as promised, I said I would do a review on foundations. I hope that this video doesn't run too long, but it may go over my normal under 15 minutes. But I wanted to do all of the foundations that I wear or have worn. Most of them that I do wear. I do have several. I'm always looking for a foundation that really just lays on my skin perfectly. So of the ones I show you, I will be totally honest with you how I feel about them. They are all higher end. I don't have any drugstore, as I have explained to some of you before, that I have a problem with drugstore foundations. The acidity level in my skin makes them turn orange. I'm not going to waste my money on orange foundations. So I will start out with one that you have all heard me talk about before, and I have papers here with me because I would never remember the price of all of them and everything I wanted to say about them. So I will be looking down from time to time so that I get everything accurate that I want to tell you about them. I have been wearing this foundation for probably, I'm going to say, a good 8 years. And I always have a backup bottle of it. It is one of my favorites. And I always seem to go back to it. But like I said, I do have a backup of it, and I know one day they will discontinue this foundation too, because they discontinue everything that I love. Anyway, let's get started, or the video is going to be a really super long one. Okay, the first one is by Dior, and it is the Dior Natural Glow Hydrating Makeup with an SPF of 10. Okay, this can be purchased at Sephora, Saks, any high-end store, Lord & Taylor, any place that carries Christian Dior will carry this foundation. Now, in the Sephora stores, they do not carry this. However, they do sell it online. The price of this one is $46. As I mentioned, it does have a sunscreen. This foundation gives you a natural glow. It is made with 100% natural mineral pigments. And Dior has what's called an active mineralized water that they use in their foundations. It gives a superb finish, beautiful. It does not bother my skin like mineral powders do. And also, this one is known to improve the skin's quality by 27%. This is for all skin types. It is a medium coverage. It is buildable. You can put on one layer and then do another layer. It wears, I'd say it gives about 6 to 8 hours of good coverage. I don't have any sensitivities to it. I don't find at the end of the day that it's creasing in all of my fine lines. This is a go-to foundation for me, and like I said, I really do love this one. Okay, so that's the Dior Natural Glow Hydrating Makeup, SPF of 10, and again, that one is $46, okay? The next one I'm going to show you is by Armani, and this is the Lasting Silk Foundation. This is $59. Okay, so that is that. It comes in a pump. Not my most favorite. This one here is good for normal to oily skin. It gives medium coverage. It says that it gives about 14 hours of a satin matte finish. I find that as the day goes on and I wear this, I look a little too matte, and I don't see the satin finish with this one. I actually mix some of their luminous fabric foundation with this one. But anyway, this is a very popular one of theirs. A lot of people do like it. It is water-based. And like I said, it is a matte coverage. It was inspired by backstage makeup, so that's the finish that you get. But as we age, we want to watch out for the matte dry down. Now, it is a satin matte. It may work for you. It is $59. I bought this at Saks. Okay, and now I find in Armani it is very hard to match up my skin. This is the 5.5. Well, right now it's going to be very light for me because I have a tan on my body, and but the finish, it's very, very, very almost pasty white. Like I said, I mix this one with some things to get it to work for me, which when you're paying $59 for a foundation, should you really be making it work for you, it should work for you on its own. So I will not buy this foundation again. However, I am not saying that it isn't a beautiful foundation for people who have, like I said, this one's more for a normal to oily skin, and maybe it's because I'm more normal to dry and I was trying it in the winter. I am going to give it a try at the end of summer. It will be way too light for me now, okay? So that is, on that again, this is $59 and can be purchased at Saks. Okay, the next one I have, well, I may as well stay with Armani. Now this is an Armani product that I do love. This is their Giorgio Armani, and this is their face fabric in Radiance. This one has a cream to powder dry down, but because of the luminosity in it and because it's very sheer, it's almost like a second skin, you don't really get that matte look that you would get with the lasting silk. This one has microfills. You know, it's supposed to fill in and it's light diffusing and all of that. This costs $48. Now what I do with this one is I will mix a bit of it in with other foundations because it does have a luminosity to it that I like. As you can see, it is a thicker, it doesn't run, and you're not going to really be able to tell anything because my hands have color to them now. You know, I've been outside doing things. But anyway, that is the finish of it. You can see that it has a satin finish versus a matte, even though it is a cream to powder. It does dry down to that. And this one is $48. I bought this one at Saks Fifth Avenue. Now Barney's does sell it. However, they do not have the Radiance, and this is the #1. They do not have the #1, or they didn't. They only started at 2, which is a tremendous difference in color shades. So I had ordered the 2 and it was really dark for me, so I had to go to the 1, which, like I said, I blend this with other foundations. I never really wear it on its own unless I am wearing it with my Guerlain, which I will talk about in a minute. Okay, so there's that one. The next one I am going to talk about is the Shiseido lifting foundation. This has an FPS of 16. This one can be purchased at Macy's, Lord & Taylor, Barney's, Saks. Shiseido is sold all over the place. It is the lifting foundation with an SPF of 16. This one is a moisturizing foundation, and it gives a flawless, full coverage makeup. So if you do not like full coverage, you will not like this. It is not sheer, it is full coverage. It has more of a lustrous finish to it, and they say that this one promotes elasticity to the skin, which gives you that lifted look. I do not find that when I wear it. I mean, when I wear it, and I don't wear it often because it's almost a little too heavy for me, I do not feel that I'm getting any lifting action from it. So if you're looking for something that's going to lift and plump, this is not going to do it. It didn't for me. It may for you, but it did not for me. Ask for samples when you're looking for something exactly like that. This one here, I don't think I gave the price, is $43.50. It does have anti-wrinkle complex in it, which minimizes fine lines. Okay, I haven't used it long enough. That's if you use it on a daily basis. It's supposed to also act as a skin treatment. I don't really think you're going to find much of a difference. I think your skincare is what's going to really work for you in that area. Okay, so, and this one is better for a normal to dry skin. Okay, now the coverage of this one is very thick, as you can see. It's very thick. Okay, so this is definitely full coverage. However, it does feel very moist in the hands, on my hand and on your face. But again, once you start to powder and everything, you could start to look like you have a lot of makeup on, and we don't want that as we're aging. But anyway, for somebody who's looking for something that does do this, if you have you know, imperfections you're trying to cover on your face and you need something with a little more coverage, I would recommend this. It's beautiful, okay? But you are definitely going to need a makeup primer with this one, okay? Because you want it to really go on smooth. And the thicker a foundation, sometimes they can get a little, they don't blend as nice as some of the sheerer finishes. Okay, so there's that one. The next one I will talk about is also Shiseido. Well, you know what? I'm going to talk about the Clarins. which is turning out to be one of my favorites, I must add. It's a little light for me now because I've gotten a tan, but if you remember back when I was showing you some things that Joelle had sent me, this was one of the foundations that she had sent me. And to be honest with you, when I worked many years ago, I worked for Dior and Chanel in the Dior Chanel counter, and the Clarins counter was always next to us. And it sold really well, and it still holds its own. It's a very good line, and I know that about 15 years ago, Clarins refused to use any animal products in their cosmetic line. So it is all plant extracts, their line. This one here is the Clarins Skin Illusion Mineral and Plant Extract. It has an FPS of 10, and it's a natural radiance foundation. Now this color that Joelle sent me is Honey, number 110, and until I got tanned on my body, which I still can use it, but I mix it in with the Guerlain, which I'm going to show you in a minute. I'm teasing you all, I'm teasing you. Okay, so this one here is the Skin Illusion Foundation. It can be purchased everywhere. Clarins is sold everywhere here in the United States. Okay, I want you to see the bottom of the bottle. Okay, and it is $35. It has light reflecting properties. It's hydrating. I told you it has an SPF of 10 already. It's mineral and plant active ingredients. It enhances the skin with a radiance. And the finish on this one is more of a satin finish. It is oil-free. And it is good for all skin types, and I would say that this gives a medium coverage, but if you want something with a little more, with a fuller coverage out of this, all you have to do is merely layer it, okay? So I would say this one here I will buy again. I have been very pleased with this foundation. No complaints on it, no sensitivities, nothing. Sometimes some people can have sensitivities when you're using plant enzymes in a product, but I've had no problems with this one. So I am really enjoying this one. Okay, the next one, let's see. Let's go back to Shiseido because that's the way it is on my list. Okay, now Shiseido, I remember when I worked for Shiseido many years ago, I used to wear their stick foundation. It was their most popular foundation about 20 some odd years ago. Yes, 20 some odd. Well, let's see, I was probably in my early 20s. So yeah, it was 20 some odd years ago with Shiseido when I worked for them. And the stick foundations used to be square, and they used to be more rectangular in length and shape. And a lot of you'll probably remember the two most popular colors were Tahitian beige and Bermuda beige. And I wore Tahitian. So anyway, this one here is called their, I can't read this bottle, so I have to do it on here. It's $37.50, can be purchased anywhere that sells Shiseido, and Shiseido is available in many places in the United States. It's called their Shiseido Stick Foundation. It has medium coverage, but you can make it a heavier coverage. But the only thing I'm going to tell you about this foundation is you must powder over it, or it is going to slip right off your face. They say that it's long-lasting. Without powder, it does move around a little bit. It has a very lustrous, natural finish to it. Its SPF factor is 15, and they say it conceals fine lines and, imperfections. It does conceal imperfections, fine lines. At times, I feel it actually accentuates them, depending on how heavy you put it on. And this one is good for all skin types. If you are using a retina product and you have a lot of flaking, this may not lay well for you, okay? And all of my foundations I apply with either my hands or the Beauty Blender. And I will tell you another trick about the Beauty Blender. I didn't bring it out here, but the Beauty Blender, when you wet it and you squeeze it, put it in a towel and really get all that excess water out, and when you're using it to apply it that way, you can get a fuller coverage of your foundation. If you buy a foundation that's too heavy in coverage and you want to lighten it up a little bit, take your sponge, dampen it, squeeze it out, but don't squeeze out all the water. Leave the sponge a little wetter, and then it will make your foundation sheerer, okay? Just a little tip. Give her a try, okay? And the Beauty Blender is by far the best sponge on the market. I have used several, several of them. Now, MAC does have their own sponge coming out. It's back ordered right now. It's not out yet, but they have their own sponge. I have not tried. I will be trying it when it does come out. I've also ordered some of their BB cream. I got the BB creams that were from Sephora. 2 different brands. Well, they have 3 different brands. I did not care for any of them, but you know, I have not tried any of the other ones that everybody else is raving about. But the ones at Sephora, I did not care for. I did order the beauty cream, the BB Primer beauty cream. They sell it like it's a beauty cream, but I'm not sure what it's like. But I've read reports that it is the best primer ever. Excuse me. So I'm going to give that a try, but I was just notified last night that it is on back order, so it could be months before I receive that. Okay, so this one here, I don't know if I told you the price. It is $37.50. Okay, the next foundation I'm going to show you, which is another one that I always have a backup for, is the vitalumiere by Chanel. Okay, this has an SPF of 15. It is a satin smoothing fluid makeup. I told you it's $55. It gives you that soft focus effect. That's why so many makeup artists like it. It's very creamy and lightweight. Let's see. It's also Chanel's bestseller. I did read that they just recently, well, not recently, but a little ways back, they did upgrade this product, and they updated it with ingredients to target dry, dull, uneven skin. So I don't think that I have the new formulation, but I'm going to try it. And I also got a sample of the Chanel Aqua makeup, which I've heard a lot of people on YouTube say they don't care for. I like it. So I think I'm going to go back and get a bottle of that too. Okay. This one hydrates. It has light reflecting particles in it, and it does give you a flawless finish. It's good for all skin types, but I think it's actually better for normal to dry. Okay. So there you go. Vitalumiere by Chanel. Excellent, excellent, excellent product. I told you about the face fabric. Okay, you've heard me talk about the terracotta by Guerlain. This is very similar to the Armani's face fabric, except for this has the bronzing effects. I actually have some of this on my face today. I had purchased a tube myself, and then Joelle had emailed me and said, Tammy, don't buy no more Guerlain. I bought it for you. She says it's so much prettier, though. Oh, it just flows out of her with that beautiful French accent. But anyway, I do love this, and if a foundation that I like my Dior is a little light right now because I have a little bit of color, I will take some of this terracotta, and this is their Healthy Glow Foundation Second Skin Effect. So that's how sheer it actually is. But I will just take it after I've applied my foundation, and I would just rub a little bit of it over it and just gently rub it in. And it makes my foundation so that I can wear it and it's not too light. Like I said, I do have a little bit of that on today. So this one here, let me see how much this was. I know that I wrote it down. Hang on. Maybe I didn't. I don't think I did because I didn't plan on adding it into a foundation because oh yeah, it's not. I think it's probably about $48, somewhere around there. And like I said, it is a cream type foundation. It has their terracotta to it. I wear number 1. And as you see, it's very, it's like velvet on you. It's just, I am so in love with Guerlain. I cannot tell you. I'm in love. Okay, so that's that. And this is for tinted moisturizers. Now, I didn't really write anything down about this. I'll just tell you how I feel about these because my video is already 19 minutes long. I do wear a tinted moisturizer. I like Laura Mercier. I didn't bring them over here. I just wanted to talk to you about some tinted moisturizers. These are the Hydra Life by Dior. They are wonderful, wonderful, wonderful tinted moisturizers. I have 1 and 2 because I blend the colors together. However, when I get a little bit of color, I can wear the 2 on its own, but I'd like the 1 for winter. It is just a beautiful, beautiful tinted moisturizer. It covers up your imperfections. I do lightly powder over over my T-zone area, because with any tinted moisturizer, you get a little oily looking in those areas. Or you can even put this under and then just put a little bit of your mineral powder if you can wear them in the summer. I would put this and then put my Guerlain mineral powder over it. It's just an exquisite look on the face. It's beautiful and it's lightweight. So this is really nice. These run about $45, but well worth the money. Again, there are several drugstore foundations that can be used. I do not buy them because I have an acidity problem with them, and there's something that they use in drugstore foundations that turn orange on me. The same with concealers in drugstore brands, but there are several out there that I'm sure are very, very good. I even think there are tinted moisturizers out there. Just know what you're looking for when you go in for your foundation, and if you can get samples, get samples. But really, it's all about knowing what type of skin you have, your pore size, and what you want out of your foundation. Do you like a heavier coverage in your foundation, or do you want something sheer? So really, that is the way. You first need to know your skin type. You then need to really match up. You don't want to have any lines. That is a sign of age if I've ever seen one. So make sure that you're really matching it up, and don't try your foundation on your hand. Try it on your neck or try it right here on your cheek, but don't try it over another foundation. Clean the area off and then really do it. Let it sit for a minute. Make sure it doesn't oxidize on your skin and turn orange. But don't try it here. Don't try it here, because you're not going to get what you need for here, okay? And I'd rather see lighter than darker, because darker leaves that line, and that's not good. Okay, if you have any questions about any of these foundations, just put it in the comments and I will answer them the best I can. Of course, you all know that I am not going to be able to tell you exactly what kind of foundation you should be wearing. I am not going to be able to suggest a color for you, because I'm not standing with you, my beautiful peep. So just take my information and, carry it with you to the department stores. Okay? Have a great day. Thanks for stopping by, and don't forget, subscribe, because it's an anti-ager. Love you guys. Bisous.